hands. I don't know what to do with them. Welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite trying to be consistent nugget Ari. As you can see, we did like a blue little look today, and I don't know what I titled this, but whatever I titled it, that's what we're talking about and doing. So yeah, I hope you guys are ready for the video. Bye. I filmed a video for this week, and then I went to go look at and edit it, and I was just like, ew. So we're gonna do this again, except now it won't be like a first impressions type of thing, because I kind of already know how I feel about some of the stuff I'm trying. This will be more so messing around with the stuff that I tried and letting you know how I feel now that I messed around with it. Also, my video for next week, my hair wasn't toned yet when I filmed the video for next week. So sorry. So there's like a continuity error. So I really hope you guys kind of liked the video style that I did last week. Like I said in that video, I still have to, work through how, kind of refine the format, because I mean, nobody really wants to sit through a 27-minute long video. So definitely gonna work on trying to like cut the time down some more. And I think I may be able to do that. We'll see how that goes with the video I have for next week. I know I said this week I was gonna do The Promised Neverland, but that I'm gonna try not to make promises like that. Like I said, it's not all just gonna be anime. It'll be like other shows that I'm watching, because like at this very moment I'm watching season 4 of Riverdale. I don't want to get into it because I have thoughts that I'm gonna save for the video, but it's not as all over the place as other seasons have been, for sure. I don't want makeup in my hair, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I could have just put on a bonnet, I guess, but I don't want to be like in a bonnet. A bandana, a kerchief, if you will. So I'm starting out with the Flawless Finish foundation. I like it, but I don't like the way it looks on my forehead. So I'm going to try mixing it with the BB cream, which I very much do like. I don't like the Flawless Finish foundation on my forehead. It always looks so strange on my forehead. Not a fan. I don't have like a mirror right now, so I was grabbing a palette that has a mirror in it. But two things I just want to say, I have two palettes that would have they'd be lovely for mirrors. My Mented, I got some foundation on it. The Mented Everyday eyeshadow palette would be perfect if the mirror wasn't all weird and wobbly. Something about this mirror, just it doesn't focus or something. The mirror doesn't focus, it's not a camera. Beauty Bakery palette, why does this not have a mirror? As big as this is. Where is the mirror? Where is it? Where is it? My gripes aside. Let's see how this combo ends up looking on my skin. Specifically my forehead. I would say specifically, but specifically my forehead. See, this is what I needed on my forehead. Yes, thank you. Okay, I like them together. It was probably very difficult to tell that my forehead didn't look good in the other time I used the Flawless Finish, but up close you could really tell it didn't look good. My other reasoning for mixing the Flawless Finish with the BB creams, because I'm kind of not to say I'm not here for, but for my regular everyday life, super full coverage really isn't my jam anymore. So I'm kind of making that shift. I already talked about how I feel about the camo concealer, so I'm just gonna go I'm gonna use my Pretty Fresh concealer. I haven't used it in a while. When I was going to work and, you know, I had to leave early and things of that nature, I would just put on some of the Pretty Fresh, the tinted moisturizer, and some of the concealer, a little bit of powder, and some bronzer, and that would be like my face for the day. It was fast and very natural looking, so I didn't look too crazy. I'm really out of it today. My earring like was reflecting onto my face, and I thought that I like had something that wasn't blended for a second there. And let me know if like these earrings are reflecting too much. Oh, I would know. I'm the one who's gonna have to edit this first. And if I can't use this video, I'm going to lose my marbles. I only just started to kind of do the reverse contouring under, like as far as with powder, underneath my jawbone because I have no hair. And I need something to kind of help give myself more features in a sense. So this is definitely a very recent thing for me that I've been messing around with. This is the Morphe bronzer celebutante. It's the brontour in celebutante. Celebrity and debutante. I don't know which shade is which. But if you have like a dupe for this, let me know, because I mean, Morphe has a lot of really shady, just does shady stuff. And in the effort to be a bit more conscious about where I'm putting my money, I'd love to know if you guys have any really good dupes. Speaking of being more conscious about where like putting your money and things of that nature, and what you're giving your energy to, I guess, celebrities and problematicness, Miss Lana Banana, or Lana Banana if you're British, and Miss Doja Cat. I said something about Twitter, but for me personally, I'm going to cancel culture. I just feel like it's so much. Like, yes, be informed about where you're putting your money, but I don't buy music I stream, number one. Number two, the situation with Doja Cat is a lot more, and I barely listen to Lana Del Rey anymore anyway. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. And this is why I try to avoid filming in the day, because oh my goodness. I'm trying to do straight brows, but like I can't help myself but go down some. Freaks me out, dude. If you watch, oh my gosh, what is her name? Kenya, It's Told by Kenya. She did a video about it, and like she brought up the fact that like Lana technically had like a point. A lot of people equate feminism with strong women, and powerful women, but delicate women benefit from feminism as well. It's not the narrative that we usually see when we talk about feminists and feminism, talk about women being independent, but it's about women making their own choices and deciding what kind of life that they're going to live, while still not, while still being treated as people. I think that's really what it comes down to. I think that's what Lana meant. But by her bringing other women into it and talking about the type of music that they make, it defeats the whole purpose of her having a point in any way, shape, or form. Because what these women do have to do with what you do? If you've been paying attention to, different schools of thought, you would know that that's already a thing, talking about feminism being for all women. Even though like that kind of goes, and granted, I'm not like an authority on feminism or womanism, because they're two totally different things. But feminism is for white women of all kinds. It's so that they could be treated like people. Unfortunately, we originally, brown women, black women, women of color, weren't originally really included in that conversation, and that's why womanism kind of came about. But there's always been a place for Lana in feminism. There's never not been a place for her in feminism. So it's like, what is she talking about? You make the kind of music you make, they make the kind of music they make. Not all their songs are about, you know, being naked and stripping and all kinds of stuff. You're judging these women either based on their previous professions, such as Cardi B. You're making assumptions about them based on their bodies, their demographic, as well as stereotypes. Everybody assumes that black women make sexual music. She's basically giving into the whole idea of the Jezebel, and she doesn't realize, because she's like, oh, people are twisting it to make me seem racist. Like, no, you, by saying what you said, you don't realize it's a microaggression. What you said is very coded. You name a majority of black women who, you know, make music from a different experience from you, and it comes across as being very coded and racist. There's a very microaggressive tone to it. You had a point, but when you brought other women into it, it totally negated everything. What you're doing has nothing to do with what these other women are doing. Not to mention the fact Lana has been recognized. She's had nominations. And at the end of the day, are you making music for awards? Are you making music because you want to? Like, that's what I'm kind of side-eyeing. Are you making music because you want awards, or do you want to make music? Is it your passion? Is it your love? Do you love performing? You love your fans? You love interacting with your listener? My neighbor's back to doing whatever that is with whatever machine. All right, so I think my neighbor is finished using their power tool. And so I'll go back to talk about what I was talking about with the whole Lana thing. Because it's like you had a point, but by bringing up other women, your point is almost negated, because it's the first thing you do is bring up other women and what they're doing. What does what they're doing have to do with you? Unless you're trying to make it seem as though, well, they get recognized, so why can't I? Like, okay, we recognized enough black women for making their raunchy music, so recognize me too. But the thing is, Lana has been recognized. People have been fans and loving and talking about Lana for ages, and by bringing up other women, it seems very like what do they have to do with you being recognized? What does the music that they make have to do with your music? Because they're totally different types of music. So it's like, what really is your purpose in this, in any of this, you know? And then like bringing up women who talking about, oh, like they don't get as much criticism. They get just as much, if not more, criticism. I've never heard anybody criticize Lana Del Rey. Did they make jokes? Possibly. But for the most part, nobody talks about Lana. Like, I guess that's her issue. Nobody talks about her. But like, nobody has any issues with you. Not major issues like they do with the other women you named. So what's your real problem here? Miss Doja, Miss Ma'am. So I was on Twitter and I was talking about how I'm just done with the whole canceling thing. So it's like, dang, I mean, part of it's like, dang, we can't enjoy nothing now. I think that we, of course, need to hold these people accountable for the things that they do and say. There needs to be repercussions. They need to be called out and educated. However, and I put on Twitter, basically I'm going to decide what I'm going to do based on my own parameters. If I personally decide to forgive a celebrity or what have you for their wrongdoings, that's going to be my decision and my decision only. Here we go. It's really about change being actually shown. Okay, you say you've changed, but how do we know you really have? And obviously with this thing with Doja, this stuff is recent, so it's not change. There's no way of her being able to say that she's changed and for that to be legitimate. Come on, girl. And I read her apology thing. I'd have to honestly look through it again to really kind of know how I feel about it. But regardless of the whole change thing, her issue comes from another place. It's a bit more complex, I guess, because it's bringing in the fact that, she's biracial, raised by her white mother, and her black father was not in the picture. So it makes the situation a little bit more complex. However, because I mean, you know, you hear a lot about, you know, biracial kids not necessarily fitting in with either aspects of their heritage, but that's no reason to be in a chat room kikiing with racist people. Like, come on, like that's no excuse. But it definitely brings up the issue of like self-hatred. I hope that she like Jordan Woods gets some black friends and starts to see her black is beautiful, because it's sad. It's a shame. It really is. That she is friends with somebody, like she and Rico Nasty are friends. Like she's friends with beautiful like other black women. So it's kind of confusing and weird in a sense to see. And because of how I feel, I guess, about this whole situation, I think I'm going to re-examine some of the other people who... But yeah, this is kind of going to make me kind of, I guess, re-examine my stance on other artists. At the same time, it's not necessarily the same. Like okay, Azalea Banks, she has faced a lot of criticism for things that she has said and done. My whole thing is she has a lot of, when she says things, she says a lot of points. And it's not necessarily a whole issue of, yeah, you're saying, like, you're making points, but you're not saying it in a way that I like, so cancel it. It's not exactly that. She, while making these points, has basically, like, torn down, like, how old is Azalea Banks? I don't know how old she is. I don't feel like looking it up because I'm blending. But she had a whole back and forth with a literal child. Like, is that really necessary? Like, was that really necessary? That's where, like, I really kind of lost respect for her. Like, totally, completely, like, gone. Granted, does she care about my respect? No, she doesn't know who I am. So, like, she doesn't care what I think. Example, a person whose music I really enjoyed and basically I don't listen to anymore because of things that they did, Sabrina Claudio. Granted, it's not as though she's a biracial black woman saying things about black women, but I did enjoy, you know, what she put out there. So I might have to re-examine, you know, how she's conducting herself now. And I think the other thing that we should maybe take into account before we cancel people is their content worth it to you? Is it worth it for you to forgive that person on an individual basis? Because, for example, I have two friends. One of them I had a falling out with. Another one I basically lost contact because I kind of ghosted her, which is really not cool. But so one of these people I reached out to recently. I reached out, apologized, and we're going to try to rekindle our friendship in a sense. And I did that because that friendship is worth that to me. The other friendship, I'm not so sure. So it's like, it's almost a matter of like, do I value your art to forgive you for violating my trust in a sense? And I think that's something that we have to be really critical of and we have to know for ourselves. Because, okay, yeah, Doja said some really messed up stuff. For sure. The stuff she said, if somebody else said it, would it be forgivable? No. But do I see the potential in forgiving her if, you know, she finds people to help her love herself and the skin that she's in, despite the trauma that, you know, part of her family possibly brought to her. I don't know the girl's life. I don't know what her relationship with her father, but from my understanding, he's not in the picture. So it's like, is it worth it? Do I enjoy her music that much to forgive the disparaging things and hateful things that she said and participated in and laughed at? Forgiveness is complex. However, that apology was BS. I only read it the one time, but it was just kind of like, ugh, girl. It took 2 days for that. Like, 2 days? You should have been on primetime news. I'm just joking, but like also.
It's editing Ari. Since recording this video, more apologies and things of that nature have come out. So if you want me to kind of touch up on that, let me know and I can do that in another video.
The acai elf snap shadow. It's not a snap shadow, it's a bite-sized palette. It's a bite-sized eyeshadow palette. Goodness, y'all, I'm a mess. It's okay though. Just don't drag me for it. Honestly, you can drag me for it. I really don't care. So yeah, if you've noticed, there's a hashtag of a lot of black influencers are using when they use Colourpop, and because a lot of people, when they post Colourpop looks, there's a tag that people use. It's Colourpop me, and excuse me. And so what we've been doing is doing Colourpop me black, where we basically to highlight black users, and aspiring and influencers and aspiring influencers alike who use Colourpop and would like for their posts to be seen and not necessarily get buried or ignored. And by using the hashtag, we also making people more aware, because then people see it a whole bunch and, you know, it gets the word out and things of that nature. So that's, and basically Colourpop me black, we're doing almost like if you were, oh my goodness, if you were back on Tumblr in maybe 2014-ish, there was a whole thing called Blackout Day, where it would just be, you know, black Tumblr users, and they would be on every single platform, honestly, that they have, and just posting like their photos, their art, basically to bring awareness, their business, small businesses. Because on Tumblr, a lot of the time, you would only really see a certain type of person being highlighted. And yeah, wanted to change that. If I do a look that's not particularly, like, it's not for a video and I'm just kind of doing whatever for Instagram, this is what ends up happening. Like, it goes in a totally different direction. Okay, so I'm back. I did my lashes, my mascara, lashes, lips. And then I added a little bit of white graphic liner. Miss Ma'am. And now I'm back. I didn't even watch the video or listen to the song, the new Lady Gaga joint, where everybody's doing graphic eyeliner. I didn't watch it. I just felt this look needed a little something more. It needed a little oomph. Yeah, so this was supposed to be blue and purple. It ended up being just blue, but I'm kind of like liking it. I'm really liking it. I like the little dots on my liner. It's really cute. I hope you guys like this little stream of consciousness video. It was kind of random, like just kind of ended up talking about whatever. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And I will see you next week, where we still won't be talking about The Promised Neverland.